Disney just broke a record. No, not for profits, not for park attendance, not even for the number of executives pretending the ship isn't sinking. I'm talking about the record for most box office flops in a single year. And the best part? They broke their own record from 2023. Congratulations, Bob Iger. You're officially competing against yourself and losing. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Critical Nerd, where the popcorn's stale, the sarcasm's fresh, and the House of Mouse is burning from the inside out. Today, we're breaking down Disney's record-breaking year of cinematic disasters, from Snow White to Tron Ares, a streak so bad it makes Warner Brothers Discovery look like they actually have a plan. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's talk about how Disney spent billions trying to prove that you can polish a turd. But only if it costs $200 million and stars Jared Leto. Let's rewind. Let's back things up for a bit. Bob Iger, the same Bob Iger who's been steering the Titanic straight into every iceberg in sight, stood before shareholders and declared that 2025 would be Disney's strongest film slate since 2019. Now, 2019 was legendary. You had Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, Frozen 2, Captain Marvel, Toy Story 4, Aladdin, and Rise of Skywalker. That's seven. Again, $7 billion blockbusters. Every division printing cash. So when Iger promised a comeback, fans and investors thought, finally, the magic's back. Spoiler, it's not. Here's the current body count. Beginning with Snow White, $350 million budget, just over $205 million at the box office. Black Captain African American Brave New World, just over $415 million on a $300 million plus budget. Ilio, Pixar's Identity Crisis in Space, did just over $154 million worldwide. Thunderbolts, Marvel's Suicide Squad, but sad, just over $382 million. Fantastic Four First Steps, Marvel's First Family, 521, just shy of $522 million, still underwater. Freakier Friday, low budget, low returns. And Tron Ares, $180 million sci-fi migraine nobody asked for. That's 7 flops in a single year. And we're only in October. 2025 isn't over yet. If Guinness had a section for studio self-destruction, and I'm talking about the Guinness Book of World Records, Disney just earned the Platinum Edition. Now, to be fair to Disney, I gotta say this, they did manage one win this year. That was Lilo and Stitch, the live-action remake. It barely crossed $1 billion, $1.03 billion to be exact, worldwide, making it 2025's top-grossing film. So yes, Disney, they can still make hits. They just choose not to most of the year. Keep that in mind as we stroll through the wreckage. Now we come to the flop parade. Snow White started at $270 million. The budget ballooned past $350 million after reshoots, at $150 million in for marketing, and you're talking $500 million. And the return, $205 million. That's not a flop, that's an extinction event. And nothing screams modern empowerment like marketing your remake by trashing the original. Genius move there, Disney. Black Captain African American Brave New World, $415 million globally. But when your real cost tops $400 million after reshoots and ads, that's a red ledger even Thanos can't balance. Just a little reminder, folks, theaters keep half. So congratulations, you just lost money selling tickets. Thunderbolts, the MCU's gritty comeback, grossed $382 million. Needed somewhere in the $560 million mark to break even. Result, another Marvel movie that nobody felt like watching twice. Ilio. Remember Ilio? Pixar's lowest opener ever. $154 million total. Got obliterated by K-pop Demon Hunters. Half the audience didn't even realize it existed. Honestly, neither did Pixar by the end. Fantastic Four First Steps, $521 million. That's fine, not catastrophic, but with a $200 million plus budget and weak legs, it's another disappointment. Call it less dead instead of alive. Freakier Friday, small budget, smaller audience. Somehow, still lost money. When your nostalgia sequel from 2003 can't even pay for itself, it's time to retire the body swap gag. And that brings us to the newest disaster, Tron Ares. The movie nobody wanted that somehow cost $180 million to make. 15 years after Tron Legacy barely broke even, Disney decided the solution was more Jared Leto and double the budget. Projected to open around $45 million domestically, it ended up at $33.5 million US. $60 million worldwide. That's less than Morbius. Yeah, the meme movie that flopped twice beat Tron Ares. Now, if the critics gave it a 56%, audiences 85%, but let's be honest, those audiences were 12 dudes in neon hoodies hoping Daft Punk returned. It's 2 hours of digital nonsense, glow stick feminism, and Jared Leto pretending to hack the Matrix. Disney tried spinning it as a $180 million commercial for the new Tron ride. And sure, but the Haunted Mansion, that was just a $200 million Airbnb ad. When the ride has better word of mouth than the film, your franchise is fried. It's cooked. Now, back in 2023, Disney already had a disastrous lineup. The Marvels, Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, Wish, Haunted Mansion, 4 bombs totaling nearly $1 billion in losses. 2025 said, hold my churro. Now we've got 6 confirmed disasters plus Fantastic Four limping along in 7th place. Compare that to, say, Warner Brothers' bad 2024? I mean, Joker 2, Furiosa, Borderlands. That was 3 misses. Paramount's awful 2017. Ghost in the Shell, Mother, Suburbicon. That's 3 misses too. Disney in 2025, they've got 6 and counting. That's not a bad year. That's a business case study. So, how does the biggest entertainment company on earth keep face planning? Well, they've over budgeted. Every movie costs $200 million plus. Tron didn't need it. Snow White definitely didn't need it. Somewhere an accountant is crying into their Mickey mug. Overconfidence. They keep greenlighting films audiences didn't ask for and marketing them with lectures instead of excitement. And they overpromise. When Bob Iger says strongest slate since 2019, he invites comparison to a year with $7 billion hits. Now he's got $7 billion losses. Poetic symmetry. Disney's clinging to 2 remaining lifelines for 2025. They have Zootopia 2 and Avatar Fire and Ash coming up. Zootopia 2 will probably make money. People actually like that world. And Avatar? Never been against James Cameron and his blue cash printers. But according to comicbookmovie.com, Disney is treating those as the last attempts to salvage a rough box office year before hoping 2026 brings recovery. And if 2026 is Mandalorian and Grogu or Avengers Doomsday Tank, it's over. The Magic Kingdom becomes the money pit. And at this point, the only thing magical about Disney is how fast they could turn $200 million into smoke. So there you have it, folks. From Snow White to Tron Ares, Disney's record-breaking streak of box office failures. 7 major flops, 1 reluctant hit, hundreds of millions burned. All after Bob Iger promised the strongest slate since 2019. The audience has spoken. They're done paying for mediocrity wrapped up in nostalgia. You can't lecture your customers and expect them to show up on opening weekend. So congratulations, Disney. You've set a record nobody wanted to beat. Maybe next time, Bob, instead of reimagining everything, try relearning how to make a good movie. So that's all for today. Do you think Disney can recover in 2026, or is this the beginning of the end for the Magic Kingdom? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And also, if you enjoyed this breakdown of Disney's billion-dollar meltdown, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. Also, share this video out there with your friends and family. I'm the Critical Nerd, and the only thing more futuristic than Tron Ares is how far Disney stock is about to fall. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.